We get a bark, Ben. Please.
What, in the beginning?
Yeah, start it off.
Woof.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good bark. That was a good bark.
That was
Thank
a,
you,
that was
thank
a
you,
mean
thank
one.
You've been practicing that.
Yeah,
You've
he has
definitely been practicing that.
Oh my
Listen, it's,
The dog
been a whole thing.
That was a fierce
it's been a
bark.
whole thing.
That was a pretty crazy bark. Welcome to FugaZe with Faze, episode 4. My name is Danny. I'm the director of content at Atlanta Faze. Today we got some good guests on. Damn. Hold on. Do I start at this end or that end? Start at this end. We got
You start close to you, bro.
we got Christopher,
Yeah, me.
Simp,
I'm here.
last names.
Nah.
We got MC, 2 episodes in a row.
Yep, 7.
you gonna put the mic
Put
next
the
to you
mic
when
up,
you
man.
talk, or
Put the mic
what's
up.
going on here?
I had it down whenever Shimon was testing this, so. What's up?
Yeah,
Bro,
I'm gonna skip him for now, and we got Austin, Thanos, Slasher,
What's up?
and then we got the special guest. Been babysitting him for a week.
babysitting me.
Correct.
Correct?
Babysitting me.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah. We got Ben J Nissim on the
Ball
couch.
J,
Ball J
Nissim.
Ball J Nissim.
Ball J Nissim. Now
Ball
I got
J
my-
Razim, if you know him.
Ball J Razim. Yeah.
Saw him in action.
That's I haven't heard someone put the two together
Ball
now.
J
Ball J
Because
Razim.
people called me Ben J Razim before. Obviously, got my head shaved on Sunday, and now I'm Ball J, and now you're putting. You know what I mean?
I feel like the bald added to the
nicknames.
Riz.
Ball Jerry.
Yeah, you're adding to the Riz. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking dangerous.
I'm looking a little dangerous. People were like comparing me to like The Big Show, like a bunch of other stuff. I'm like Heisenberg. Like, sure, man.
So
Like,
someone is like that hitman character from the game.
yeah, him and
Agent 47, I
Agent
think.
47.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to see you in the hat at the next event. The Heisenberg
We're
hat.
gonna. I have Gersh already working on it. We're trying to
and the
find a hat.
sunglasses.
Yeah.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
It's gonna be
That
fire.
brings us to our first question, though.
Yeah.
You didn't believe in MC.
What do you mean?
You made a bet against him.
You know what he means.
Yeah,
We
I
know exactly what he
predicted
means.
against the team before a lot. And then you usually get a text from like RJ or something like, "Why'd you not pick us in this match?" Listen, I just made a bet with Pat. I thought, okay, well, you know, the events are competitive. Either I'm gonna get my head shaved, I'll go on a sub train, and I'll be cool, and I won't have hair for a couple months, but it's whatever. Or I'll get $500, and I guess the first one is the one that ended up. So you know, there you go.
Talk us through leading up to the haircut. What were your stages of...
Stages of mind.
Yeah.
Well, so the first stage is like at Major 2 when they won. And then I had known before that because he told me that he was going to, like if they won, that he was going to like call me on stage, you know, cut a promo. And so we're sitting there. I'm on the couch.
Wait,
Pat's like gloating.
Hold on. At what point of the event did you realize we were going to win?
Probably like Saturday night. I was like, if they don't, like Saturday night, like the way you guys played on Saturday, I was like, okay, well, if they show up on Sunday and play their game, like you guys look final in search. I was like, yeah, this one might be in the wraps.
Undefeated, never lost.
So, so he told me he was going to call me out, and then like, so you guys won. Pat's obviously on the couch, losing his mind, gloating, doing his thing, whatever, showing up late. And then I see the stage interview, and you call me out, and I lose full. At that point, I'm like, well, I might have just effed up here, you know, like it's wasn't a great life decision. But then I was sort of like, you know what, I'll make the best of it. At this point, like, I can't do anything about it. Obviously, it's like, okay, next question is when are we going to actually do it? And so, Danny, you and I have been talking for a while with a bunch of people on your side, on the Faze side, and Tommy about coming down here either during Major 3 or Major 4, Major 5. So we decided, you know, let's do it in a few weeks. So we moved on that, got everything sorted, and I thought the haircut went well. Like I thought we had a good time on Sunday.
Oh, I had a lot of fun.
A lot of fun just sitting on the couch reading subs. Like
Yeah, I had fun
you were
watching you
were
go
at least
bald.
reading subs for me, which I appreciated.
I got you,
know?
Ben. You know I got you,
Yeah,
Ben.
let's get it. So MC obviously started off with the electric clippers. He did a good job. I think in retrospect, maybe on the edges could have gone a little bit deeper. Made Danny's life a little bit harder, but it's all good.
Listen, man, I was just following instructions.
You were just
What
following
Danny was
instructions.
saying.
He did a good job though
Yeah.
for someone that doesn't cut. You know,
You did do a good job.
Yeah.
never cut hair. MC made him look good.
Did we get
I
pics of just when he had like just the line down the middle, or like when he had only hair on the
I
sides?
have one pic that I'm about to make a Twitch emote.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
it's-
You gonna make a
It's a-
Twitch emote?
You were looking down and just looking so sad.
No,
No,
Yeah, because just the top was
the
on.
hairless Ben.
bro. You sent it to me because wait, what emote are you gonna give it to me or what's a?
I don't know.
What is? I don't know me. I don't know. That's not
I
helpful.
can show you the pic.
Because what's gonna happen is if it's not on my channel, it's gonna end up as like a Chris's hidden emote.
Oh my god.
Yes, please send that to me. Oh my god,
got you.
please, please, because it'll be an amazing emote.
You look
I was so sad.
distraught.
I was
He's like, wow, this is
distraught.
really happening.
It's really.
So the Kevin
No,
Wait, that
but-
was when you were Kevin O'Leary.
Yo,
Yeah, I was like Kevin O'Leary because you guys probably made a joke or something. I was just like, dude,
We were
he
making
was like,
jokes.
you're making
oh,
a
man.
lot of Kevin O'Leary
we were
jokes.
making
So,
sure you were Kevin O'Leary that day.
but yeah, no, I mean, other than that, I mean, obviously, it feels weird. I showered for the first time this morning, because we did on Sunday. We're recording this Monday morning, and it felt really weird. It felt really weird sleeping and not having hair, and it felt even weirder like showering and like having shampoo in my hand and being like, what do I do? Like,
What am I doing with all this?
I don't know like what to do. Right
Did you
now.
put like entirely too much shampoo
Bro,
and you're like, bro.
yeah, well, it's because one of those hotel shampoo bottles. So like either way, you're either getting a little or like too much. You try and squeeze those things, like they don't work. But like, bro, I was like, I've never been here before. I don't know what to do. Like I'm sitting here having an existential crisis in the shower.
How do I shampoo my head?
It's like, I don't know. So anyway,
Does your head get really cold?
yes, it's very cold right now. It feels really
There's a
weird.
draft in here for Ben.
It feels really weird.
What's about to be your go-to hat?
Probably gonna wear either the Faze. I have a Faze OVO beanie.
Okay, yeah, I got that too,
Or
yeah.
I'll probably wear. I have like a Tiger Woods hat. I have a bunch of other hats,
A
like the
beanie.
Yankees hat,
It's a good choice out of you,
but the
Ben.
beanie might be the play because it's
Nice,
still
comfy
not
choice.
the weather. The weather because I live in Columbus, Ohio, and like the weather in Columbus is still like for example, I'm gonna go back and it's gonna be really cold, and it's gonna be like the 60s on Wednesday. It's gonna be cold again. We're still like kind of in winter, so it's not. We're on the edge of like hat and like beanie, like you know what I mean,
Yeah,
season.
that's a good point.
So
How was the experience for you, MC? How'd you enjoy that?
I mean, it was good. I had fun cutting Ben Terry. I also appreciate you for trusting me to do that. But
barely
I mean, it
trust you,
was-
but it's all good.
I mean, it was fun for sure. Like it was my first time like actually having like the trimmer cut someone's hair like that. So I was doing my best, you know.
How were you feeling as soon as the clipper turned on in your hands right before the cut?
I don't know. I mean, I felt good.
You felt good.
Yeah.
You feel like you had a lot of power in that
Yeah.
situation, like to really like mess things up.
I'd
Yeah,
be
that was
nervous.
good.
I'd be nervous cutting Ben's
That's
hair.
Yeah.
I'll
gonna
go
start
straight. I'll
learning?
go straight for
Bro,
the
he
brow.
kept whining, bro. He kept whining to like do like a slit in my eyebrows, like trim off one of the eyebrows. I'm like, no, like the hair, the sides were good. Like eyebrows, no. Like I need to look like a normal human being. No reaction.
Listen, man. The whole chat wanted the eyebrow slit or the
The
eyebrow.
chat's always voting for chaos, though.
He's
Like,
a man of the people.
Man of the people.
yo, but if I was a man of everything, my chat said like, I'd be doing a lot of like
That's
TOS
true.
stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's fair.
So you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's good now.
Listen, people say I look good bald. I appreciate the kind words. I don't think I'm rocking the bald
I'm
look,
telling you, bro. If you just start lifting,
Heisenben.
bro. But
Heisenberg
I
will go crazy.
liked when I had hair, and I want to be back to having hair. So
That's a good point.
there's a nice like detour away from like the first 32 years of my life where I had hair.
Damn.
Now we're gonna enjoy these couple of months, and then the hair's gonna be back, and we're gonna be back on track.
What if it just doesn't grow back well?
No, I don't grow back fine.
But if it doesn't,
But if it doesn't,
I don't believe in what ifs.
oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see then. I guess.
Hey, so we'll wait and see.
I mean, you got here by believing a what if we didn't win the major.
That's true. That's actually true. Well, I'll still be bald for. I mean, we have an event next week, so I'm going to Arlington on
You will be bald.
Tuesday, so I'll be definitely bald at that event.
Might have to get a nice little reshave right before the event. Make sure it's nice and clean and shiny.
That's it. I don't know.
Yeah,
No.
you got to think about
You
that.
got to
one.
give the fans that they're going there to see Bald J Razim.
Yeah, you might have to go to a barber and have
Yeah.
him line up your beard and stuff too.
Mine on my beard. I might have to do it. Yeah,
Some polish too.
Yeah.
we'll see. Anyway, I should start to grow back a little bit from Major 4, and then when I get to Toronto, I'll probably have like a buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your hair grow slow?
No, it's pretty fast.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know like how much I'll be back to like when I got a short haircut. Maybe it'll be like champs by like
I wonder if it'll go
June-ish.
in the same, or if anything would be like little bit off.
What do you mean?
Like you've never like gone all the way down. So like,
Oh, like
it
on
might
the
look weird
back?
coming back in for like it's because you're not used to it being that short. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it may also grow in like I don't know how it grows back if it's just gonna grow back with the whole neck because I like get it like tapered off or I get it, like
Yeah.
circled. I don't know like how it's gonna come back. You know, it'll come back like the full calm and then it's gonna gotta like
You'll be good.
manage it. You know,
And then we'll call MC back up to get you another cut.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Gotcha. If you ever need one.
That's a one-time deal.
I think MC's got to start learning how to fade people up. I feel like you make a good barber.
I would actually be gross. I feel like if I actually like learn,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you did it a lot, I can see
MC would be passionate about the haircut.
I'd be gross.
He'd be
MC
making everyone look fire.
MC does get lined up though.
We were in a little barber
Yeah.
crisis,
Yeah,
so
she's
we
got-
need somebody to
she's got
save
good
us.
What do you mean?
We
No,
were in
we're
a
good,
barber
we're
crisis.
good.
We're good now.
We're good.
But like,
good
but
now.
what was the crisis like?
A certain barber who will not be named
Okay.
started coming to the facility, chopping us up. He had some of us down bad.
Like he wasn't doing a good job?
No.
Oh, that's tough.
I think they gassed it a little bit.
We gassed it a little bit. We gassed it a
Yeah.
little bit, but
I
like
guess, but
he did mess me up personally.
yeah.
You guys,
you-
you know, he does a good job though. He's good.
Yeah,
He's
but
super
like
chill.
we're okay now. We got
Yeah.
somebody coming to the facility every couple of weeks,
Okay.
chopping us up. But I wouldn't be opposed to MC having like cut my hair.
This,
I'll give him a chance.
you're really gonna let MC cut your hair?
I might. I believe in him.
That's
MC's not touching
MC.
my
What do
hair.
you think about that?
I'm down, man. I'm down whenever.
MC's not touching my hair, man.
Clippers.
So outside of getting your head shaved bald, how's been like
Atlanta?
Yeah. It's your
Yeah, I
bald
mean,
cuts.
first off, the facility is super nice. It's a lot like because I've FaceTimed him and like RJ before, and like I've seen them walk through the
So you
halls.
see like bits and pieces.
Yes, I've seen bits and pieces. I've gotten to like a tour once facility, but like getting here, I don't realize like how big it actually is. Like between all the office space, like the Overwatch stuff, like your guys' side of the building. So I understand why you guys spend a lot of time here. It's super cool. When I got to that setup, it's in the back of this room. You can't see. I stepped on, instantly ran a speed test and got 2 gig up, 2 gig down. So I'm like, okay, the internet's definitely legit here. Like,
We got some good
I see
stuff.
what's going on here. You know, no, it's been good. I've had a great time in Atlanta. Obviously, wish that Zuma would have been able to come, but he had issues getting out here. So hopefully we can do that like another weekend or something down later this year. But yeah, no, I have had a great time. Like shout out to everyone that's been accommodating, all of you guys, other people behind the scenes that have really kind of helped out, made the trip good. I would be happy to come back at some point if you guys are welcome to have me.
I'll think about it. I'm just kidding.
Like, bro,
I'm just
RJ,
kidding.
we were out here before the podcast, and RJ was like, "Yo, just like stay an extra week," and I'm like,
I mean, you could have realistically. 'cause we just
I could have
go to
realistically.
Texas. No,
Yeah, we got a few we got Cocaine Bear to watch, Creed 3. We got
That's
some
true.
stuff
Dude,
coming up.
MC,
That,
we gotta,
like,
we might have to do
The-
a double
the-
feature some of these days, MC.
When's the John Jones card?
I think that's after Texas.
Is that after Texas?
I think that's after Texas.
Okay. When March 6th?
Is that's in
That
Texas?
is
Right?
Texas.
Because I was about to say, I don't
our
remember
behind the
that's
scenes
this
producer.
weekend or next weekend. Oh, if it's next weekend, that's dangerous.
Then Ben might be staying.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's Saturday. Okay, well, then you would have had that too.
We got some air mattresses. We got a couch on offer.
Listen, I
Got
already
some-
have a
got some
flight
love
booked.
sacks
It's
for you.
shocked.
Some beanbags.
It's shocked, but I appreciate it though.
All right. This is Thanos territory, so what he says goes. So we'd have to
I guess.
consult.
I guess.
You already said no. I was gonna say no anyways, but I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's all good. We just won't claim the asshole persona. You know?
Yeah,
We'll chill. I wanted to talk a little bit about the old Faze days because I know a lot of CDL fans
Yeah.
kind of spawned in around like Cold War, so they might not know your history with the team.
Cold War? You think? Well, I've been spawned in Modern Warfare 2019.
You think so?
Like, you guys know CDL Pal, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, he didn't start watching until like Modern Warfare 2019.
So until the actual
Really?
So he
CDL.
like
Yeah,
he
when it
like
became
bro,
franchised.
his perception and stuff is sometimes really funny. But to your point, yeah, there are definitely some fans that have just started
Yeah.
watching the CDL.
Oh, I can tell.
Oh yeah.
I can tell. Trust.
So I want to get like your kind of backstory with Faze
Okay,
because I don't think a lot of people like will know everything about.
it's,
Like,
it's a good story. So I'll give you the full story because I got to back up. So like I started getting involved in this scene in two paths. One was I was a mod in Clayster's chat. This is when before Clay was on Faze. This is when he was when he had left, basically on the tail end of leaving Optic to joining Envy. This is during the beginning
Ghost?
of AW. No, this is AW.
Oh, AW. Okay.
Yeah, when he was on that Merc Nameless,
Yeah.
that team that made no sense, or never formed an AW, a horrible
wow,
team.
Free Lake.
No subs, like no nothing on the team. Anyway, so I was a mod in Clay chat, and then I was also started working for Optic Intel. So I did that for a while during the AW year. I got really close to Clay. You know, his family was really cool. Like the rest of his mods were really cool. And then he joined Faze. So then when I would go to events, like I'd hang out with them, and that's where I met like people like Banks and Temper, like they used to go to events all the time and do hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
That Austin knows. So
That's really old Faze.
that's all Faze.
That is
Yeah.
all Faze.
Well, it wasn't that all like bro? There was. Do you remember Austin? Do you remember AW New Orleans event was MLG finals? Do you remember where everybody ended up like Sunday that day?
No. Well, yeah, kind of. But I was in school, so I was like studying Sunday night after the tournament. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't go
But
out?
I think I went out for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
But like it was real quick because I had to go back to the hotel. I had a test coming up or something.
So, like-
what a legend.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
That's
that's typical. That's typical.
Yes.
Everybody end up at this bar and like, let's just say someone, I won't name who, had purchased like 100 fireball shots.
My God.
So
lot of
that's
shots.
kind of the party that was going on. Anyway, so to get back on track, so after that year, Black Ops 3 came around, and I started to become friends with like Enable with Ian, and that was the year where like Ban and Protect started to roll out. And so Ian and I chatted for a bit. I actually met with them. I flew up for Totino's and talked in person. I'm like, hey, do you guys want someone to help you with like keeping track of notes and scrims, helping with sort of Ban and Protect stuff? They were down. So I did that for pretty much like 3 or 4 months. Up until like South Carolina. After South Carolina, in terms of Faze, they were starting like new management started to come in. Before that, Temper and Banks and Seabass, like all these guys had been the ones like running the show at Faze, and they brought in professional staff. And the first iteration of that professional staff wanted to go sort of a different direction in terms of personnel around the team. So they didn't really continue my obligation there. But I was still friends with them, right? Like Optic Intel had stopped kind of being a thing at that point. I was doing sort of more just kind of having a real-time job, all that. And that kind of continued until Infinite Warfare near the end of the year. So the Faze team had moved to Austin. I lived in Austin, so I saw them all the time. We were friends, but their team broke up like the middle of the year in Infinite Warfare. There's a whole thing with them and United, blah, 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 blah. So at that point, like Crowder had left. He was head coaching or was coaching their team. He went to go compete again, join Echo Fox for champs. So they basically lost like half the team. Pierce came in. The coach left. So Ian hit me up. I was like, hey, like, need someone to help do all these things. So I said, sure, like I'll do it for like the 2 events. And then after that, I spoke with Eric Anderson, and I came on and joined the team as a manager that year. Managed just a COD team the first year, so it was World War II. And then sort of near the end of the World War II season, Fortnite got really big, so I got kind of attached to the Fortnite project at Faze on the management side, and I got involved with FIFA. So I was managing like 3 esport teams. At the tail end of it, I did that through all of Black Ops 4, and then into franchising, we parted ways at that point. At that point, I left Faze and joined Esports Engine. But yeah, that was sort of like my, what was that, like 3 year history of Faze? From like being full-time employed and not being full-time employed, doing contract stuff.
MC.
Yeah, what about MC?
We've gotten the discovery of MC
Yeah.
from like 2 different perspectives now.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear yours.
So MC, like just like Chris, who's on the couch, are like 2 players that like before they turned 18, everybody was like, oh, these guys are going to be it, right? Because they had like reputations, right? Chris, like your reputation was, you were obviously nasty in S&D, the S&D variant stuff, but you also went to locals like tucked
East
in
Coast
pros.
local champion.
Yeah, so you were like tucking in pros. So you were like, okay, this guy's actually legit. And so like a lot of people were vying for your services. And you and MC ended up on that EU cadets team. Because I think
Yeah,
Burns
that was
off
World
had,
War II.
yeah, Burns tried to be in early. I tipped Burns for this.
Nah, it was a
trying
good
to be
play to
early.
him. I can't
yeah.
lie. It was a great play to Burns.
It was you two. What was your team? You two,
It was
Inder,
me, MC, Illy, and Turn Up.
Yeah.
Turnip. Okay.
Turn
And Turnip
Tuesday.
left and went to go play CS for a bit, I think. Right?
I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm
I've
not sure
heard-
exactly.
It was us 4, and then I think me and Turnip got released for like just I don't know. I mean I
don't think they streamed much.
Yeah, I barely play the game, so like I don't really like the game, so I just like
World War
I played
II.
Fortnite. Yeah, I played
Yeah, you
Fortnite,
do. You
like,
hated World War II.
I think Joe went to go probably play CS or something. I don't think they streamed much. So then I think you released them
Yeah.
off to get the team, and then
So-
just kept me and Illy.
So yeah, so you obviously had a reputation. Like everybody knew who you guys were. Unlike some AMs that have gotten picked up like over the years, just because you guys have been that generation. So us picking up MC, basically we to back it up, after World War II, we went from 4v4 to 5v5. So it was like, okay, who are we going to pick up and be like the 5th on the team, right? MC wasn't 21 or wasn't 18 yet, so he wasn't even part of the equation because he couldn't play. We wanted to pick up Tyler Abizi for financial reasons. It didn't happen. It's unfortunate. It probably should have, but for stuff that not even my control, it couldn't happen. Nor do I even really have a say or how to say in roster changes. I was a manager. I'm more just listening to like RJ and Chris just like come to me
Do
with
this
like,
and do that.
yeah. So we ended up going with methods. And like Zin, the thought process was, well, Chris is running a sub at the end of the year. Preston was running an AR at the tail end of that team. So we just kind of shuffle things around. Zin could slide in at main. Zin had a pretty good year in World War II. It just wasn't weirdly wasn't a good fit. They were all friends with methods, but it just the fit wasn't good and we didn't play good at Vegas. So I think the team at that point was like, okay, we need to qualify through the Pro League, qualifier in January. Like, what are we going to do? I think Tommy and a bunch of other people had a long conversation. This is like a 24-hour window. This is fast, as you guys know. Conversation about what they wanted to pick up. They decided to go with MC. MC, I think what? You had an Envy offer? You had one other team trying to sign you.
It was you guys, Envy, and G2.
Oh, I didn't even know the G2 was trying to get you.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know about that part, but yeah, no, we're sitting at the old Faze office, which is like right behind the Capitol Records building, not their new spot or new spot, and we're just like on the phone with MC, like trying to figure it out. This is like 2 days after the event. Like we went to Vegas, stayed a day at the like Venetian, I think, right?
You should tell the story about me, you, and Eric Anderson at the bar.
Which bar story? Oh, the one.
We lost at Vegas.
I mean,
RJ, Eric Anderson.
yeah,
and you
me.
at a bar.
No, it was me, RJ, and Eric. Like I don't know. I think RJ and I went to like Uchi. We'd gone to like Nobu at one point, like after we lost, I think, or something. I don't know. Anyway,
Nobu after a loss.
Basically said sell me on MC.
Is this after Vegas?
yeah. So there's a Nobu at the hotel. This is the old Hard Rock Hotel. I think it's called the Virgin Hotel now. There's a Nobu in that.
Okay.
So at some point, I don't remember if it was Sunday or like Monday morning ish or whatever. We basically sat down with me, RJ, and Eric, and basically like had a conversation about Cell, because Eric didn't really know who he was. We sent him some YouTube videos because MC's got his own montages that he's made, which
Good
I was mind blown to
montages.
find out that he actually had those.
Good montage.
Those are good montages.
Thank you.
And then also like other sort of associated clips. And so we talked to Eric and walked through it. I think Eric was pretty easily convinced to pick up MC. Like Eric's been around esports for a longish time. I mean, as far as GMs go, as far as like people running their own.
Yeah.
And so like he kind of can always tell, even though he's not like obviously a coach, like he can tell at that level, like when people have it and MC has it. So he was down for it. So it was a pretty easy combo. Like I think the thing that helped is in the same way that you guys have it here. Like I think the rapport that RJ and Chris had a team had with management about always making like the right personnel decisions. And I think that trust is why they decided to take the chance on Cell. Because I don't think FaZe had really picked up like a amateur player prior to that. I'm trying to think. Even when you were on the team.
I mean, well, picking me up was like, I mean, I wasn't an amateur, but I was coming from a team of amateurs.
Yeah.
We placed well, but I was one of the first people, I think, to get picked up on FaZe that was like never like had won an event or like stuff like that.
Other than like maybe like super early, like when Nick was like Nick and Chris were on like Black Ops 2 era. Like
oh, yeah,
FaZe.
that's true. But that was like,
But that's
the
like
first
way
COD
early.
like almost like
Yeah.
the first time FaZe was making a COD.
But I'm
team,
talking like in the like formal like CWL.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I think that was like the first time. So it was definitely risky. I think he played pretty good in that qualifier. We didn't make it, but it wasn't his fault. And then from there, I mean, when I knew MC was good, when I knew like he was really good, was at London when he got respectfully fried by Optic.
Kentucky.
Kentucky fried by Optic.
And
And then you played LG right after and played really good in that series. And obviously we got actually hoed by the game. And at the end of this day, I think we could have won that event, but
That control cheese.
Control cheese.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
but I knew then like okay, this kid's gonna like have a long future because he's able to like put away a really bad series against like Optic. A lot of people like have bad series against Optic and they get like PTSD and they're screwed. Like he was able to put that aside and build on it, and he was probably like, I don't know. You very quickly ascend the ranks of like the ranking of players,
yeah.
So
With the lights too bright, MC.
The lights for the first match, yeah, was too bright. Too bright for the first match versus Optic because it was my first time playing like in like a home crowd. and it was just like a different, like it was different, you know. And it was especially it was versus Optic too, like the whole crowd just going crazy after every kill they got. So
Oh, their
it was
crowd just go
definitely- it was
crazy.
definitely a
at that.
different-
How much are you freaking out in that moment?
I wasn't really freaking out. Just like it was just like a different just different energy, you know. I just never felt I never experienced it before, but after a while playing it, you kind of get used to it, you know. So
Now your eyes cold.
I
Strong
remember,
mental.
I remember playing Optic on a side station, bro, and I felt like I was boxed in trying to go to the bathroom, trying to leave stage.
Side station at that event.
Nah, like an old CW event.
Okay.
I don't remember which one it was.
Well,
It was
so
one.
like their fans are obviously hardcore, but like I mean, UK fans in general are crazy because what happens in the UK is all of those fans get there early and just drink all of the booze in the bars, the venue. Like when I mean all the booze, like
Literally
I'm
all.
pretty sure at
Didn't the cover box run out?
either at that event the cover box ran out or the first like Modern Warfare 2019 London event it ran out. But one of those they legitimately ran out of beer.
Maybe both.
It's possible it's both. And
Could've
then
been.
and listen, and they also like the fan honestly, like the fan culture in EU is a lot better. Like in terms of like chances, participation, not just in esports, but like it's a big like football and soccer thing that they sort of also are pulling from. I feel like US fans are just like very passive. They're starting to get better now. Like I thought New York was like a great example of
New York
like
was good, yeah.
like a New York crowd was like really good, was really into it. But some of the events, and this is like not mean it's disrespectful, but like some of the events the crowds have been like they're just dead, bro. There's no energy, there's no cheering.
I mean, this
It's
was
just
some
like
disrespect.
dead silence.
God forbid you chant something other than "Let's go blank." Like, you gotta get a little bit more creative.
Yeah, people get more
We need some better
creative.
chants.
The EU, that's why I'm saying the EU fans are good because they've got a lot to pull from.
They're singing.
They're singing.
They're singing. They're songing.
What do we think of LG?
Oh yeah,
Hey, they get more creative for us. They never say "Let's go Faze."
Oh yeah.
yeah.
They
Okay,
usually
yeah,
just
maybe.
go boo.
Yeah. That's a pretty creative one.
it's also the one that was like overrated. That was
Oh,
funny.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like I always hear that one like mid map, like
Yeah, they
They said
did
that.
it. When did they do it versus?
Yeah, I don't know why it's a mid map chant. I feel like
They
that's
did it
that's
versus
a chant before
somebody
the
who
map
played at the
starts.
last one. I forgot what it was.
I forgot what match it was.
At
That-
Boston?
was that-
Yeah.
yeah.
It might have been New York. It was either New York or Toronto, I think.
We didn't play New York. Maybe.
Oh, it's in a series that you guys played in?
Yeah.
There's
no way it was
Versus
Toronto.
Boston, maybe. I don't know.
It honestly probably was because like it was their home crowd, so it probably was.
Yeah.
Probably was versus Boston.
Yeah, you guys have a history, well, especially after you won that first year, like first 2 years when you guys were good. Once events came back, like especially last year, like you guys obviously didn't play any events in Atlanta, and I swear every series you played at Atlanta last year, you got booed hard
Oh yeah.
because two of them were
No,
two of the events were
last year
ESA.
was weird to be honest. Like
Well,
not
because
like,
you
not
had
like
Target on your
weird,
back, you
no,
were
we're
defending
definitely targeted
champions.
because, like,
Yeah,
we had a really good Cold War year. It makes sense,
yeah.
but it just was like so just like I wasn't ready for that year. Not like it like was like affecting me, but I was like, damn, here come the booze again.
Do you feel like the FaZe fans need to get like louder at events that like help?
I think this year's been a lot better.
Yeah.
I think this year we actually hear a decent amount. Even when we're playing, like I feel like you can sometimes hear like it favor your way,
Yeah.
like all the chants and
I
stuff.
think that's just because I'm such a fan favorite. You know, I just bring. it
Ah,
up.
here we go.
Yeah.
I don't
Austin
know.
got
I don't know
all
if
the
Thanos
fans.
is a fan
They love
favorite.
cheering
I don't
for
know.
me, you know.
I was a little bit confused in Boston because we were watching in the back and like their feed was ahead. We were probably like 30 seconds behind, and like I heard somebody cheer and I was like, "Oh, we lost," and then we won. I was like, "Wait, what? That has never happened." Okay, cool. So like, I don't know. Maybe we are getting a little bit better.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, Thanos.
I'll just take credit for
Thanks,
that.
Thanos.
The big fan favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So, little story time cheese. We got 2 basketballs in the facility.
Yeah.
Life has changed completely since those 2 basketballs have entered the facility.
Mm-hmm. We've been throwing up a lot of bricks out back. Let me
Lot
tell
of
you,
bricks.
build the green wall out there.
We're building the
What you
green
guys
wall
need to
out
do
there.
is you need to get a hose and clean. So like
Now the sand area makes it so
Yeah.
so like
annoying.
so you guys so people know like you walk out the back door of a facility. There's like in between you in that parking area. There's like I guess like a wetlands. I don't know what that is, but there's like a concrete area where you guys have the basketball court, and like 1/5 of it has like I guess was it from a rainstorm that all that sand got there? Like where's that from?
I think like so since I got here,
Yeah.
the net's been out there,
Yeah.
but there surrounding the concrete pad, there's like a storm drainage pool.
Yeah.
So that's where like water goes whenever it rains and stuff like that. It goes into
Yeah.
the pool. We had 2 basketballs when I got here,
Yeah.
and then they disappeared.
Yeah.
We've since found them. They're in the pit.
Yeah.
And I think ever since those balls, ventured into the pit,
Yeah.
no one's bothered to touch the court
Until like this week.
till this week.
Yeah.
Because the whole season they've been like, can we get a basketball? Can we get a basketball? So we got a basketball.
Well, and we be getting torched and scrimmed so much, man. We have a 40-minute break sometimes. So then we're just like, all right, let's get food and go shoot some hoops. Like, we're sick of sitting here waiting.
You can actually play a pickup game with the amount of time we have in between scrims and maps.
Do you want to
combined.
expose who's torching, or are you just saying everybody's
I
torching?
mean, it's not
Everybody
like one
torches
team
nowadays.
specifically. It's like a lot of teams. It's like, you want me to go through the list?
Well,
of
so-
Ben,
Man,
there are days where
That's why I wanna go to
teams straight
Flores.
up take like 5-10 minutes in between each map.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Here's my question, but we'll get to that. So I know back in the day, like first year, Modern for 2019, there used to be the late tab on the scrim sheet, doc.
Oh, I do remember that.
And people used to fill it out, and I guess it helped a little bit. Why has it not come back this year if everybody's torching?
Because everybody was late and no one did anything. We were just tallying how much people were late.
Well, people were also lying on that thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were lying on that late tab. I remember it was the
Were they?
dumbest thing. Yeah, people started lying.
I feel like it was like a troll thing because I remember one time it was like I was reading some stuff. I think it's like it was like a troll to Tyler. It's like it was targeting a mannequin. Like, bro, come on, like I don't even think Tyler gets
Did
mannequin.
That's what
Alec?
I'm saying.
That
Like,
must have
people were
been
just
Alec,
lying.
bro. There's no way that was probably put in by Alec.
Who knows?
So that doesn't really. That's not a thing. There's only like
There's a
honestly
troll.
like the teams that are pretty timely. I feel like the one that really comes to mind is I think Boston's always on time,
That's good.
but a lot of other teams, bro.
I feel like Boston, we can play like 10 minutes early if we wanted to, like all the
Yeah,
time.
and we'll get done early. Like a lot of other teams, man, they just be bullshitting. Like,
That's-
literally, like that's all it is.
I just don't understand that because it's like if you manage your time correctly, right? Get in. If you need to do VOD review before the match, your scrim start, do that. Go through the matches quick. You can always go back and watch those VODs later. You know what I
You
mean?
can always stay 20 minutes after with your team and watch stuff if you need to.
Why do you need 10 minutes in between maps to talk about like some 50-50? Because I'm sure what's going on, as you know, it's like it's some 50-50 situation. They're trying to figure out what they want to do, but it's like, why does it matter if you can do that now? You're not going to play that map again during the set. Just fucking do it later.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I personally usually like to talk about things now though because
Yeah.
usually like let's say if I had to play like MC did and I
Yeah.
disagreed with it. Like, and if I bring it up right now, he's gonna know what he was thinking in
Yeah.
that moment. Like, if we talk about it later that night, he might not be like, "Oh, I don't know what I was thinking." Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's hard sometimes to remember what you were thinking in the moment,
But 10
And I-
minutes?
huh?
But,
Well,
like-
no, spending 10 minutes
Yeah.
on it is like kind of ridiculous. I don't think they're always talking about stuff.
Should be
They're
like 2 to
just-
3 minutes of like discussion.
They're literally FugaZe.
So what do you think people are going out and like smoking a bogue? Like, what
I
do you-
don't know, but it's like, bro, the thing about it too that just kills my vibe is that stuff is so draining for me. Like we're sitting there for hours on end, like sometimes not hours at a time, but like in total for the day, it's probably like an hour of just nothing. You know what I mean? That's like draining to me, just sitting there looking at my screen waiting. It's like we already talked about what we need to talk about. We're just bullshitting at this point.
I feel like that's what you do before scrims. Like you talk about like the stuff you need to fix before the scrim, then you play your
Yeah.
scrims, and then you just play how it is.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
should spend, I think, a minute or two in between maps is no big deal.
Yeah, that's
but
not-
it's when
that's-
it's
that's fine,
10,
but
15.
It's like we're in
bro.
a match, bro. It's like the match game 2 break
Yeah.
between every map.
But nah, it's just like in a weird spot right now. Hopefully, like some of these teams get it together. If not, we're gonna be professional basketball players by the end of the season.
I think we'll be professional by the end
We'll
either
have a
way.
team,
To be
bro.
honest, we got a couple months.
We'll get in a rec league somewhere.
We, we have increased shot percentage. We're making a little bit more.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Atlanta
yeah.
Faze stepping out here on the community court.
Here we go.
With the jerseys too. Like where are the game day jerseys?
Man,
my
we
God.
really just wouldn't work well with our heights on in that league. I can't
I'd
lie.
have to be the
You'd
center.
have to be
Jesus.
the hard carry.
A 5'10" center? That's not looking good, boys. I'm not getting very many boards. I'm gonna be
5'10"
honest.
center, and you got to rely on Nick to shoot everything.
Oh my god,
No, I've seen Nick's transition game. That was pretty good.
Nick.
Yeah.
No, Nick's good.
Nick plays.
Gives us time to lose. We'll be manageable time. Ramsey.
Yeah. Listen, like first day I was shooting breaks, but and air balls, but I'm actually getting better. Like I'm actually hitting like the
We're hitting stuff.
the hit.
You love the
net.
backboard, bro. You
I
live
do,
for
but-
it.
Nah, your
I'm just getting
your
better.
thing is you're a gamer and like I assume you didn't play a lot of sports growing up.
Nah, I played basketball like back then, like way like when I was like 12, 13,
Uh.
like with my brothers, but as just for
Before the
fun.
money was calling.
It's the same with golf. When I watch you, it's like people don't realize maybe when you have to think about it, like how much the lower body, like the full body action, especially lower body, is important in sports. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like the gamer thing is always like whenever I see like gamers go to like Top Golf, they just like
Like me
swing
last
their
night.
arms around. I'm just
Like
like,
me
bro,
last
you gotta
night.
actually move your body. Like yeah, like last night.
Yeah, Ben was cooking me last night, but he was. I think.
I wasn't
you did help me
cooking.
last
I was
night.
trying to
Ben was
help
getting
you.
No,
some
it was
teaching
like,
moments.
it was
I was gonna
cooking.
teach-
It was cooking help. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
cooking me, but it was helping me out.
I was like trying to get you to widen your stance, like put more forward.
I think I was
Like
getting. I think.
tell
No,
your
I think the
shoulders.
biggest thing you helped me with yesterday was like telling me I was like a little bit curved.
Yeah.
The club was curved.
I helped Tyler out too because he was setting up too far away from the ball. But like I'm not a golf instructor, so I can't like
You're the
Usually get
closest, you're the
basics.
closest
I get
thing
the
we got to
basics.
it.
And she's like, fix my swing. I'm like, well, this is a multi-day process.
Yeah, that's all fucked up.
Wait,
We'll-
MC,
we'll get
you
there,
were
we'll get
hooping at
there.
13?
I mean, I was like playing for fun. I wasn't really like trying.
Come on,
I was
Danny.
playing with my brothers
We were all
like
hooping at
outside.
13, but
I
not,
mean,
it's not like we were all good though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was just with my friends and shit.
Trying to get the MC backstory, you know? Maybe he was hooping in like a...
I was actually, bro, I swear, back then I was actually like kind of nice with it, but I just lost my skill, I guess.
You lost your
Lost
Are
touch.
you playing at like school or just going to the park and stuff?
No, I was
sometimes?
going outside like our driveway. Like,
Oh,
like,
okay,
a
okay.
net. We had
Good
a
old
net.
driveway hoops.
See, when I was in like middle school, I would hoop at lunchtime every day.
Oh.
We used to have tournaments and everything every day.
Yeah, nice.
I was a 3-point shooter.
Every night.
specialist.
Shooter.
Played
Every-
the perimeter. That's it. I played good defense, and I got back and I played the 3-point line. Just ran around.
We got Patrick
Catch
Beverly
and
in the house.
shoot. Patrick Beverly.
Defensive champion.
I'm not Patrick Beverly.
Kid.
Three
Who
and
is
3 and D out of
who
10.
is the Patrick Beverly of the CDL?
We
is
were
there
just
someone?
talking about this.
It might be Clay now. No, it can't be Clay. It can't because he's one. No. Who actually is there a Patrick Beverly of CDL?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So when we say Patrick Beverly, we're saying talks a lot, doesn't really do much.
No, Beverly. Well, now Beverly used to be a not as much of a role player. Back when he was like in his prime, he was like
Okay, so
he was like a contributor for sure.
we're talking prime Pat Bev.
I don't know. I have a couple of names, but if I say any of them, it's just people are like disrespectful.
Let's hear him. Let's hear him, Ben. Get him out.
The problem is like the problem is that like there are a lot of people that chirp in the CDL, like their gimmick is chirping, and if I call any of them Patrick Beverly, they're going to be offended that the analogy is them being Patrick Beverly because their
Who's the
contribution.
people that be chirping? Because
Yeah,
Patrick Beverly's about to be.
Let me
offended
hear
that
the
we're
let me
in.
hear the names and see.
For me is like Scrappy, Beans,
Donnie,
Donnie. Donnie doesn't chirp as much.
but he chirps
anymore.
like he chirps like
He chirps like in his late night 2K calls
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But these dudes be chirping like on Twitter and in CDO interviews. So who are you talking about here?
that's what I'm saying. You can't. The problem with the Pat Bev thing is like there are CDL players that kind of fit the mold, but not in the way of like Pat Bev's contribution right now on the team.
Let's
he's
hear the
on.
names and then we can assess if they'll get
No,
offended.
we just went through all the names. There's no other names to us.
Oh, so it's
Oh, so it's one of
Yeah,
those.
it's
interesting.
No, I'm not. Listen, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying. My point is like I don't think there's a Pat Beverly equivalent. You know what I mean? There are like good players. Someone like Scrappy isn't Pat Bev. His contribution to his team is like pretty good. He do be chirping, but like he's not. Again, I hope Pat Bev isn't watching this because he's gonna be disrespectful in the way that we're talking about him because like he is a good player. Like to RJ's point, like definitely when he wasn't like a bench option, he was like a starting point guard down the stretch, like lockdown defender type in the playoffs. Like he was doing it in the prime.
Yeah. Well, to
But-
fix our relationship with Patrick Beverly, I'm a Laker fan and I'm sad he's off the team. So
Yeah,
yeah, we love Patrick.
yeah, but you're playing good now. The Lakers are good for now.
Playing good.
because Russell Westbrook's not there.
Yeah, you're blaming Westbrook. You saying
Yes.
Westbrook is the problem?
Yes.
What about
people
AD not staying healthy? Like,
Oh, that's whatever. It's whatever.
yeah.
He's back, but like Westbrook's getting the same stats and they just lost. So I'm like,
Yeah, I guess that's
it's
fair.
almost like stats don't matter like that.
Yeah,
You gotta have it's a combination. You gotta look at stats and also the eye test. It's like a bunch of different things together.
If I see a triple double for the L, it's whatever.
Yeah, but there's two things.
It's
He could be-
impressive.
He could be playing for it, or he could be getting costed. Like that's where the eye test comes in. Like you know what I mean? Like
He wasn't getting costed.
it's the same thing at COD. Like stats like are important if you actually have the eye test and like certain things like go above just the numbers. Because then there's other people who put up numbers and can't win
That's true.
or can't record a kill on a Sunday. So like, what's going on here?
That's true.
Damn.
Let's hear some names,
Yeah.
Austin.
He's want me to call it.
That's gonna be my role in this
Well,
podcast
let's
from now on.
just
Just
look
name
who-
baiting.
you're
Let's
trying
just
to
look who
instigate,
has
bro.
not won or
The
barely
instigator.
won, and there you go.
Well, nothing can be worse than having the nickname Danny Green. So
It's fair enough.
I mean, yeah. I want to talk a little bit about the flank.
Okay.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Congrats
Thank you.
on this season. How crazy has it been going to like every major, like logistically and like how's that been?
So I run point like on all of that, so I can speak to it pretty good. Like, Tom and I, for the last 2 years, we have done shows on the road. So, Cold War Champs, we did this show at Champs from like a hotel room. That was
I
interesting.
remember that.
Those were fun vibes. Think like I don't scuff. Someone paid for that hotel room. I don't remember. And then last year we did one remote show, or not remote show. We did one on the road show from the Faze warehouse from that loft.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. The warehouse is a really cool spot. The loft was great. And so after that stream last year, you know, Tom and I were talking. We're like, especially now that events are back, like COVID stuff makes where COVID's at, and sort of the policy around that makes it so we can kind of do more shows. Like, should we?
Yeah.
So, you know, we talked about it and it made a lot of sense. Like, it's not a super packed calendar. We had now more gear and more understanding about how to do it efficiently. And the nice thing for us is pretty much every team that's running events this year is one to have us, right? So, obviously, the league ran the first event. League's running the fourth event in Champs. Like, they're super down. Boston was super down. Obviously, with the Optic event coming up next week, like, they're down. I just had a conversation with Toronto last week. Like, they're super in. So the nice part about it is that all of the hosting teams have been willing to, like, either help us with cost or help us with some of the stuff we need, or security or internet, which has been great. So they understand that, I think, like, and maybe we're kind of setting the path on this of, like, being people in the community that go to events. We're sort of like a sponsor or partner in that area, and we're kind of an attraction, but we're also, like, taking the show on the road, and we're there instead of, you know, being at home in the bedroom. And it's nice because then, you know, we have this couch and anyone can hop on the couch. Like, the last couple, like, we've had some crazy guests come on the two shows we've done so far, like, not even non-Call of Duty guests come on. Like, we had Tashi from 343 Halo come on at Major One. You know, last event we had, like, I had Spencer on at one point. I don't know how that happened. Spinner was on. We had Daniel Sy come on at Major One. We had a bunch of community people come on at Major Two. Like, that was fun, like, chilling on the couch in the mornings with, like, when I stream. And obviously players, like, plenty of players have come through. All your regulars that come on the show all the time. So, like, Temp comes on. Zenny, obviously, pre-retirement. Scrappy comes on twice an event. We've had Pred come on and Lamar. So it's been
Austin
good.
Austin
comes on, yeah. Austin's been more of a coming. Austin might right now be the front runner for guest of the year.
Oh
Guest
my
of the
word!
It's probably, if we're gonna make an early list of guests of the year, it's probably either you or Scrap.
Nah, it's gotta be.
It's gotta be Austin.
You gotta think it's
Scrap's
fast.
come on a lot, and he watches every episode. I see him in the chat, so he's dedicated.
Listen, I'm the best speaker in the Call of Duty community. I'm gonna say it right now. Like, out of players,
Someone get Thanos a suit.
I think, like,
throwing it out there.
I think some players would disagree with that, but I also see where
Like
you're coming
who?
from.
Like who?
I mean, in terms of current or retired
No,
players?
current. Not retired.
Current?
Current. For sure. Easy. Lock.
I think people like Clay and Don, Sam, I think they would maybe disagree with you.
Yeah, that's fine. They're entitled to their
Lamar?
opinion, even though it's wrong.
Your old GA duo?
Lamar's good. He's up there.
Yeah.
But Lamar's on the flank though.
Lamar can spit.
Lamar never comes on our show. He should though. I think
Austin's showcasing, you know.
True.
yeah.
To be fair, though, when I am on the show, I feel like I have to, like, hold back a lot.
Nah,
I
you don't
can't,
need to
like-
hold back.
Well, no.
As a player,
I'll
you
say
think you
stuff.
can.
Yeah.
But I can't actually, like, people will tweet me stuff. Oh, you had such good insight and stuff like this. And I was like, I
This-
feel like I was barely saying anything. I was like, you don't understand. Like, I could have broke down, like, 10 more situations.
Yeah, you can't
like,
be saying
spent,
too
like,
much.
30 minutes
Thanos
on
can't be
map
teaching,
one.
you know.
Yeah, like, I feel like I have to, like, I'm so, like, I don't know, kind of have to hold back a lot.
Well, I've had that conversation with Chris Crowder, your coach, about when we started a podcast now called Scrap Time. Because I've talked to Chris about doing that for a long time. And he was always hesitant, to your point, because he never wanted to be breaking down gameplay and stuff like that and be like tipping his hand on the like knowledge that they may have that our teams don't, right? But eventually I got to a point of like, okay, well, like there are ways you can talk about things and like still be giving insight, but it's more like 200 level stuff, you know, that every pro team knows and not just your team.
Yeah.
So I
But
feel
even
you on
then,
that.
it's like, okay, I'm talking about S&D right now. Like, we're the best S&D team. I don't
Yeah.
want to go in there and in-depth talk
Here's
about
why we're great at S&D.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to in-depth, like, break all this stuff down, even though it's in front of your face. Like,
Yeah.
it would just me, like, bringing attention to it and making it easier for, like, anyone watching to be
Yeah.
like, oh, like, it might not click for them. You know what I mean? It could just take me saying something,
Yeah.
which is, again, like, I've taken advantage of stuff like that before in the past, like in 8s and stuff like that. Sometimes someone will know something and they'll say something in the comms, and it'll click in my head based off what they said, and I was like, that's smart.
it, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like I have to hold back a lot when I'm on shows like that. Being a player, down the road, if I'm ever retired and not playing and I hop on, I feel like I could go crazy. But
Yeah, there's enough stuff you can probably
yeah,
talk
I
about.
feel like
You
while
want
you're
to talk about
currently
now.
playing, it makes it difficult to like completely break stuff down because you're still like playing. Like you don't want to give yourself a bad, like a negative advantage
yeah.
or a disadvantage, I guess, because you're talking too much.
Agreed. So, yeah, I mean,
I first like the main reason I don't play like 8s. I usually, if I were to play 8s, I'd rather play amateur 8s because I don't want to like teach
Yeah.
the same shit.
I feel you.
that's a P-Dog strat.
Can't be looking at MC's angles, man.
Yeah.
MC's angles are MC's angles.
No, this is what Preston used to do back in like. Well, okay, so Preston just like you got banned in IW8s.
Yeah.
So Preston started playing. RJ, you remember Preston played like World War II 8s
Yeah.
with the amateurs all the time. It was more in IW, but he played a lot. Well, you banned him in World War II from amateur 8s at one point. No, Chris banned him. By you, I mean Chris. Chris. Yeah, he did. Because he started like ego challenge a bit, and Chris is like, maybe not, but like.
The
But yeah.
18 good child started
But I,
looking
but, I,
scrims.
but I feel that MC like I always joke with MC that he's like a cringe gamer because he plays so ratty and plays like just these spots, these crazy off angles, just things you wouldn't pre-aim. It's like if you play those in 8s and you're like teaching people some of those spots, I feel like you're not getting as much as you're like putting out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's just people like also learning my tendencies of like how I like to play and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's why I like if I do ever play 8s, I play with people I get my friends and stuff. Like I have like a group I play with like in 8s and stuff. So I don't gotta worry about like teaching because
Yeah.
like those guys are my boys and stuff.
Good play. We're gonna jump to some fan questions.
Fan questions. Okay.
So there's a few for everybody. A
Okay.
few for you.
Okay.
First one.
Yeah.
Coming out of MRAGs. Shout out MRAGs.
right.
That's Ben's boy.
If you personally,
Me personally.
you personally
Yeah.
took Austin's spot
Okay.
for one series,
One series.
you can pick the team
Okay.
that you play against.
Yeah.
We'll give you any series.
Okay.
How many kills would you get? Placing the over/under at 7.5.
I think I get over the 7.5.
In a series?
I think I get over 7.5
Okay,
this series.
I would hope you can get over
I think,
7 in a
dude,
series.
there are
All right,
ways
and-
because I can figure like if I were playing just for kills, like I could like I know like a couple of like a bunch of ways I can get freebies for
I
sure.
think you need to get most of those kills in search. You're a game 2 guy right there.
Bro, in a hard point though, if he doesn't get like 4 or 5 in a hard point, I'd be mind blown.
First of all, what are you
Bro,
running?
Because it's
AR
gonna
or
probably
sub?
be a close game. Like you'll probably make it a close game.
Ben spawns
still.
it on Mercado though. Gotta think.
Mercado.
Mercado.
He gets put in the Mercado blender.
No rotations out of Ben.
Can I speak on this?
Yeah.
RJ would like to speak on
Goes
this.
into a series playing for kills, but how much bull he loses, he 100% have 5 kills over.
Yeah, you can't.
Nah.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. You probably can't go in playing for kills. If you start playing for
I
kills, you're
just
gonna
play
get
for
smoked.
routes.
You just gotta
I feel
play
like
the
you
game.
gotta
play the game.
Listen, I get more than 7.5.
You gotta play the
I
fundies.
feel
And
like yeah.
I get more than 7.5.
If you can get over,
I'd hope you
7.5,
get more than
oh my
7.5.
God.
I feel like eventually
You spawning it with the sub or an AR?
Like I'm
Spawning
gonna
AR.
have some one
Well, he's
shot. and
taking
he's
my
gonna
spot,
trade.
so it'd be
I'm taking
AR.
his spot.
Ben's getting a bunch of trades, I'm saying.
Yeah, like a bunch of one shot trades maybe.
Ben has 5 kills in the map, but he has 3
I
damage.
mean, that would be terrible though. Our S&D record would just be fucking gone.
Yeah,
thanks,
but
thanks,
whatever.
The streak could be
Maybe
over.
we win it. Doesn't matter, you know.
Yo, okay.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Wait, have you ever? I mean, you never know. I mean, have you
You
guys
calling
ever?
strats?
No, I'm not calling strats. I'll let Tyler
Ben's,
call
waiting
strats.
Ben's waiting for someone to tell him what to do and when to do it.
Bro, you never
better hope it's Mercado.
You never
then, so
know.
you could just say go A.
You know, Austin, you don't have the best S&D record of all time in matches.
Me?
Oh.
Oh,
Technically, RJ does. RJ
Oh,
is
that's true.
professional career. So RJ filled in a like.
This is the most vacation shit I've ever heard in my
RJ
life.
welcome to FugaZe with Faze.
Was it Ghost or was it Ghost? It was AW.
Jetpack Arch.
Like season 2 or something.
What is he 1-0?
So you felt like
Yeah.
someone was having connection issues, was getting hit off. I know back in the day, people got DDoS, and RJ had to fill in and did not lose a single search round. So he's the only
He's
player,
like that?
only player who's ever played in a pro match that's undefeated.
Anyone that's
in
played
S-
over 10 S&Ds on land in person, I gotta have the best record.
That's a crazy filter. That's a
Yeah.
crazy filter to throw
Even if
on.
I don't care. I've been playing for so long. Like, phone just dropped. It's hard to have,
Yeah.
best record compared to people who played like 15, 20 maps. But all I will say is I'm the number 1 and number 2 record holder for win streak, and it will never be broken. I'm saying it now. Because if
That's
it ever
bold.
gets close,
gotta
I'm
be
coming
him.
out of retirement. I'm subbing in. I'm playing for picks, and I'm putting those motherfuckers down.
I like that. That's good. That's
I'm
good.
reading the defense like I always do. Smoking them.
All right, next question.
You'd come back to defend the streak?
Hell yeah.
All right.
They're on the
You
9.
have to.
I'm suiting up.
Like, hold on. They're getting kind of close.
He
Hold
said
on.
9. Who plays him next? Sub me in.
I'm 42 with 3 kids. Like, fuck, I gotta get a console.
Also, like, where can I find that meme image of Michael Jordan's for the post "I'm back" thing? So he posts on Twitter.
If you're coming back, I'm coming back to make that graphic.
Okay.
Just Thanos said, I'm back. Like, he's back. Next question is from Schmid. I hope I'm saying that right. What is your hype song before stage and why?
I feel like all of us.
We can go for everybody. You have to pick one song you can walk up to. Don't have to worry about DMCAs, anything like that. What are you picking?
I'm picking the Bulls intro song.
It's a good one.
I'm picking Trophies Drake.
I don't know. I feel like if I were to pick a song, it'd probably be like a Lil Baby song. I don't know. I like Lil Baby.
Which one?
I don't know. I
Is that a
mean,
Nardo Wick song?
not Shamel. I feel like more Shamel style. Like, I like Lil Baby, but if I were to pick like, I'm trying to think, it'd probably be like On Me or something like that. I don't know. I guess like the only one that can come to mind right now.
Okay.
Ben, what are you walking out to?
Dreams and Nightmares, Meek Mill.
Of course.
You dog.
By the way, you brought up the Bulls theme song. Fun fact: this event never happened. When Huntsman were planning their event, that's the song they wanted to walk out to.
Really?
Yeah.
The MW.
But it turns out, by the way, that song is. I don't know if it was going to happen because that song is expensive to license. You got to
I
license
bet.
Oh, yeah.
any
I
songs
bet.
used in a venue like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I don't think it was going to be cheap.
Yeah.
But they really wanted to do it. Like, they really wanted to do it.
People trip us for intro
that
songs
would
all
have
the
been
time.
cool,
I'm
low
like,
key.
Bro, the intro to the Bulls, like walking on the court gets me so hyped.
Yeah.
Or like the Last Dance, like intro thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so sick.
that was fire. Next question is from Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Something like that. Who's an all-time player you would like to have teamed with?
I mean, I feel like there's a bunch that I didn't really get to play with. The first 2 that come to mind are probably Scump and Crim. I mean, I feel like there were some different moments I almost got to play with Seth on Optic. It never really like actually fully came to life, but I think that would have been interesting to play with him. And then I think the Crim dynamic, me and him would have been, like people say, it probably would have like either blown up or been really
Could have
good.
been godlike dude.
I think it would have been good, to be honest. I think we both want to win so bad that it doesn't matter if we hate each other. I think Pat said this on the flank. He's talked about like how like, oh, vibes on teams don't matter. Like I could hate you, but if we're playing together, like I'm gonna make it work. You know what I mean? So.
I feel like everyone's different with that though. I feel like some people could do that, some people couldn't.
But I think me and him could.
100%.
Like even if we
Nah,
didn't
you
like
guys-
each
you guys
other,
are for
like
the
when
dub.
we show up, we're gonna be like going hard as
Yeah,
fuck.
you guys are
like,
for the
trying to
dub
win.
though. So.
When
Yeah.
Pat always says it, though, it's like, I get what he's saying, but like his example is like his COL team, and that's a like very like generational team in which of like people just didn't take things personally.
Yeah.
But to be fair though, by end of it, I think it started to become, from my understanding from talking to Clay about how he got dropped and all of that, like it did end up actually having a factor on the team, even though they were winning.
Yeah.
Like at some point, all that stuff started to drag a little.
It definitely takes a certain type of person
Yeah.
to be able to make that work. But I
Yeah.
think me and him could do it. So I would say Scump or Crim.
I'd probably say Scump just because, he's he's the king. He's Scump. I feel like teaming with him would have been just cool and just even like 1 year would have been fire. So I don't know, Scump.
Yeah, for me, it'd probably be Karma. Like I'm pretty sure I said this before, but it'd probably be Karma because I just feel like the way he plays is like, it's like he's like creative, like how I am kind of. So it would be cool.
Dude, I feel like there's so many
play with
people that like
Bro.
I'd
He
want
does have
to
3
play
times
like
champs.
once with, but like you'll never be able to just because of how it works.
Yeah.
Damon gasses you a lot, MC. I don't know if you notice whenever he's streaming.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I always gas him too because I mean he's gross, you know. Like while he's playing, he freaking
He's a good one.
Damon's a good one,
He
too. I
definitely
mean-
knows how to play COD, but he has his own like
yeah,
weird
his own
like
like creative way of
style
playing,
on it.
yeah.
But he always has like a good idea of like
Damon's that guy.
I feel like he's also like he's very humble too. Like the way like he doesn't have like an ego or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's very chill. Like every time I play with him, he doesn't like give me like egotistical vibes or anything. He's
Yeah.
just like a humble guy.
Ben, who would you team with?
Probably Seth, And I'm about to pick one other person. All time. So we're talking like retired players.
All time.
All time.
Anyone?
No, I think I'd lose team. I think I'd lose composure. Timo Krim. I love Porter, but I don't know, bro. Can I give a weird answer?
Of course.
You can give whatever you want to.
I think teaming with Formal probably would have been pretty vibey.
See, that's another good answer.
Yeah. I think if I could get chemistry with Matt.
I think I like the Damon answer.
Damon's a good one too. Damon's a good one.
Damon's a low key answer.
He's just that like we'll do whatever it takes as a teammate. Like
Yeah.
if I gotta play like the bitch role,
Damon's
like,
for the dub.
I'll do it. You
He's
know,
for the dub.
he's self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
I mean, Austin, if you wanted the team to come so bad, you could have just picked him up when you owned Optic. So why don't you do that?
Slasher's optic.
Slasher
Nah,
had
they
that
should
out
have
there.
realistically tried to pick me up in World War II. They fumbled the bag big on that one.
Or picked
I
you up
joined that
instead of
team.
Sam or Zen.
Yeah, I mean, well, I wouldn't have let the Sam Zen roster happen. It would have just been me, Scump, Krim, and we would have found one or kept Damon.
yeah. The World War II
That
optic
team would have
roster.
not got top 32 at
I mean, I
chance.
know Tommy not going to optic complicated that because they made a move before a move in order to do all that. I think Tommy's talked about that before. But yeah, no. Once it didn't go through, like they should have still.
But I was a complete
not-
free agent because I didn't sign my extension. I didn't take
Oh,
salary. for
the envy thing. You're talking
yeah, I
about
didn't
everything?
take salary for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, they probably should have
So I
picked you
basically
up.
paid my own buyout, and I was free, and they didn't hit me up. So
That would have made sense because
mistake.
yeah, no, they would have been better.
Can't leave Thanos hanging.
Thanos was available.
So then I just went to Rise and won a couple events. Worked out for me still.
Next one is from Koopy. What game that's passed would you like to have competed in? Any particular OGs you would? Oh, okay, we answered the second part, but any past games you would like to have competed in?
Mine would be BO2. I like half competed in it. I showed up to an event, but like I didn't get to play the full year and didn't get to play with like a good enough team. So if I got to actually compete, like if you put me in A spot, I would have went undefeated for the whole year. So
I think for me, I'd probably say BO3. I feel like BO3 to this day is probably my best COD. I feel like that game was so fun too.
yeah, it was
Just
fun.
it was just the best of both worlds for me. So I don't know. Being able to compete in BO3 would have been just like so fun.
Simp the Jetpacker.
For me, it's probably gonna be like Infinite Warfare. I feel like that game is like my best COD, and if I combine it with like my playstyle now, I feel like I would have been like so good at it. So yeah, IW.
You know, people rage quit, dude.
You'd have been pretty good.
You were
I
nasty
mean, I
at
would have
IW.
took you down, but you'd have been pretty good.
I was actually so
She
good
was
with
nasty
with
at IW,
FTO.
man. I don't know.
FTO was actually
All I got to
glitch.
do is win one respawn.
I would actually go to SNE though. I would just force stack, hit the bomb site.
Austin,
That's-
he's, Austin, he's snaking, bro. What are you
See, we
doing?
weren't four stacking. I was still spreading the map. In
Yeah, but I would
jetpacks.
just
Still
force stack.
spread.
I would
Winning
force-
every search.
kill the one guy in the bomb.
People knew your guys' gimmicks. People knew what an awesome S&D team does,
And
bro.
they still let it
Spread the
happen
map,
every
skill
round.
picks, mid-round.
Jetpacks, they were four hitting. Classics team was four hitting the side every time. I was spreading. I was like, oh,
Damn,
they're
we're
four
throwing
A. Let's
shots
go
at
big.
Nick. Oh my
bad,
god.
My
my
bad,
bad,
Nick.
Well, he knows they were terrible at search. He would tell you himself.
For every
Yeah,
podcast,
sure.
Nick's caught at least one strike.
My bad, Nick.
That's not even.
He's still never been on.
Yeah, how have you not got Nick on this podcast?
He's always got
always
scrimmage.
scrimmaging.
Bro, Nick is one of the most unintentionally like funny people I know.
He
Oh,
is,
yeah.
he is pretty
They're
funny.
just like
He's just stupid. Like he's just funny
Nah,
stupid.
nah.
He's even
he's
funny
not.
when he's trying to be
A
serious.
lot of
He's
the
funny
fans
stupid.
don't know that because he's always been like off camera. He's never joined in
Yeah.
podcasts, like the flank, nothing. He's always been off camera. He's never streamed. Really,
That's our goal
so,
for episode 5. Get Nick on here.
Yeah.
but Nick's like prime entertainment was like being in like
Eights and
eights
stuff, yeah.
back in like IW because he was like an eights grinder with like Josiah. Like his whole team was pretty much eights grinders.
Not
He was like a top
You heard it
five
here
player in
first.
the
Yeah, and
Ben
they used to
thinks
stream
Nick
every
is
day.
washed comedy wise.
You think he's washed now comedy wise?
So
You just said that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not even remotely close to what I'm saying. Though. No, I'm just saying that like he doesn't stream. So like
Yeah.
last time he was like
On stream consistently.
like
Yeah.
back then like because every eights lobby got streamed back then.
Yeah.
It's like now like I guess like he because he doesn't stream at scrims or anything like that because obviously he's in facility with you guys. But like
Yeah.
I just would say that people like I've known Nick for quite a few years now. Like he is like way funnier than people may realize, and he definitely should do more content.
He is hilarious.
He's good vibes around the facility.
More
for
content
sure.
ain't coming with Nick.
Yeah.
What's the MC? You're playing IW against Austin. What's the score? What's the score of the series?
Wait, who's on
It-
MC?
it
At the
just
end of the
depen- it
game? At
depends-
the end of the
it-
game?
It just depends on who my team is, you know.
Yeah,
Beginning
who's
of the
the
game,
team?
you
We're
would
in the
have had
game.
me.
We're in the game, are we?
The end of the game. I'm talking about when I was taking over. I was dragging a top 24 team. We got top 24 at Anaheim. Then we should have won back-to-back events. We got second twice.
It just depends on my team. To be
Literally
honest, I
dragging.
mean, it's cool if I like if I pick my S&E squad in that game.
What's your team?
My S&E squad.
Who's that?
It's like
Me,
the
Dashi, Illy.
him Dashieli.
Oh, I'm wiping the floor with those
Dude.
guys.
And a best of 5?
Best of 5 for
See,
sure.
best of 5?
Wait, who's your fourth?
Like with respawns involved?
It was me, Dashi, Illy. And then our fourth usually like Solid Swan.
You guys
but
didn't even have a single sub player. What are you gonna run
I
4
was actually close
MV4s?
to the E-Red. No,
You gonna run 4 MV4s?
no, I was a K-bar.
Okay.
I was K-bar.
Look,
Dashi,
S&D and
Dashi before it,
S&D
and
and
then it would
IW,
have been, and then it would have been in there like probably sub. Flex.
Oh.
I feel like S&D IW, there weren't many subs being used, I feel like. I feel like it was
Okay,
all
if you
like
joined
K
Nick's
bars.
team, that would have been.
Who's Nick's team?
Huh?
Who's next team?
Like him, Josiah, and
Classic.
Octane and Nato. Yeah.
Wasn't that Classic?
No, yeah. Classic, Saints, Octane, Slack.
Oh,
So if you
oh,
replace,
They
like-
were like the best respawn team in my opinion, or like top
Oh.
2.
You
Yeah.
replace MC for Nato. Well, it's a roll.
You'd have a good chance. We
Yeah.
still would have beat you in every search, so you have to win 3 respawns because that team is not beating me in a search.
Better one. He doing the United facility.
Ooh, that's a good
United
one.
for silly. So Clay, Alec, him, and
That-
I don't know.
Him, Pierce, Alec, Preston.
No, it's just like pre-roster change.
Okay, that would have been a good team. That'd have been a good team.
That's a nutty squad.
Yeah.
That was a pretty.
I don't know if I
cool
like the U Dashy Illy one though. I don't know who your fourth would be.
I mean,
you, guys,
I only said because that's my like, that was my like.
you
people
guys
I
aren't
played
setting
with.
good pace on that team.
Don't think so.
No, I'm having donk in your face from the circle.
What?
Donk in the face.
What if his fourth sub player? What if his fourth is P Dog
Pristini
or
or
Preston?
oh Preston. I don't know how he played Ace in that game a little bit, and I played against him a lot. I don't remember how good he actually was. with that
he
game.
was.
I know he got banned from Ace for a little bit, but I don't remember like.
He ended up that year being like at the last like 4 or 5 events was statistically the best respawn player.
No,
I think. Like,
realistically, they would have been a good team, but I
they
don't
also
think
his
they would
C9
have had
team
good.
sucked.
I don't
so.
think they would have had good teamwork, and I don't think you guys would have been as good at you think you would have been on land in search. Because I think it's a different ball game, land
Yeah.
search
Yeah, I mean,
compared to like S&D star stuff. So
I feel like S&D tournament search is so different than just pro search in general.
yeah, well, in
it's just
S&D
played
star
different.
like tournaments, bro, like those people when you play them online 5-5, they'll still run down mid. 5-5 on land at champs, they ain't running down mid, bro.
Yeah, it's,
And I've
that
seen
is
too many
fair.
of these players that
See, that's
don't
the-
run down mid
That was
like
the fun
that.
part about S&D tournaments. Some tournaments you could do whatever you wanted because
That's what I'm
you could just
saying,
play
though.
so loose and like it was
When
just
you get up on that crowd, you're like 5-5, like, yo, I kind of want to run down mid. I'm just going to hold A. Like, they ain't doing that, so.
All right, we're gonna go into the last fan question to end it off. We're gonna take a CDL pal question.
Oh, bro, here we go.
It's actually not bad. It's not
Okay,
bad.
it's a good CDL
It's,
pal
it's a
question.
good CDL.
'Cause sometimes
pal
you between the bullshit. So
question. Oh
like,
yeah, I know.
excuse you, Ben.
Oh, how unprofessional.
Business calls.
tornado warning in Columbus. Thank God I'm not there.
Oh, looks like you're not going home tonight. What are 2 pieces of advice you would go and give your younger self, if you could go back 10 years?
Ooh,
10 years.
who's starting?
Let's go with the younger ones first, because 10 years, you're like, what? 12?
MC was like 7.
I'd honestly probably tell myself to just make sure to do more content while I was still underage. I don't think I took advantage nearly enough. As like I only streamed, I didn't do anything else. So I feel like that was like a mistake because I feel like I could have been way bigger on like YouTube, or just in general, I guess.
Good call.
I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, I'm trying to think, like,
How old are you 10 years ago? 11?
12.
12?
I don't really know, to be honest. Like, I don't really, I feel like everything I've done is, like I would relate to back then, you know? So I'm trying to think, like, I'll see you go. I'm trying to think. So.
Mine would be 10 years ago. I would probably realistically not go to college. I think if I didn't go to college, I think it's cool that I have to do, like, the degree and everything, but I think if I didn't go, I would have taken off a lot quicker and probably even been, like, bigger social media wise and, like, everything like that than I am now. And maybe even had more wins on the board or something, because I think that set me back a little bit. Like, I still was able to do really well. I mean, I won champs while I was doing it, so I was definitely still a top player. But it's always in the back of my mind, like, the what ifs. Like, I didn't go to school, and I took this seriously, like, from the very beginning. And then maybe the second one is probably, like, streaming more or something like that, getting myself out there a little bit more, because I think a lot of the community has a misconception off some clips from like scrims and stuff like that back in the day, where I'm a whole different person in scrim mode than I am outside of it. So
Oh,
yeah.
You're a very huggable guy, Austin. I hope you say.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Very, very cute.
Thanos,
Yeah,
Thanos on the other hand, though, I don't know about Thanos.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm
He's
so
kind of
bad,
mean.
dude.
He's kind of
I be
mean.
yelling
Thanos
at
is
you
a
guys
mean
24/7. I have MC do 10 push-ups if he doesn't rotate and shit.
10 rotations.
For me, it'd honestly probably be like just spend more time with my family. To be honest, I feel like it's kind of hard for me to spend time with my family now since they're like in a different state. But I feel like that's one thing that like I wish I did back then. So
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
That's good.
You want me to go last? Said two.
You can do one or two.
Years
Um,
ago,
like,
so when you were 26.
Yeah, funny. When I was 23. Yeah, go
Back in your 30s. Back in your
Good
30s.
try. Good try. 23. I think same thing as MC. Like probably two things. One is see my family more because at that point I was living in Austin, Texas, and like I haven't lived in the same state as my family, really since 10 years ago. So, should have done that. And then the second thing is just I think like getting older, like realizing how important it is to like life is a lot about relationships with people, like professionally and not professionally, and just being mindful of like how you treat people and the things that you do affect people and other people. Like I think that would there are certain relationships that I've had that have been burned by things that I've done, and I repaired a lot of them, but some of them I haven't, and I think that advice would have helped.
That was inspirational, Ben.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm inspired. I'm gonna start treating everybody so well because I don't.
No, you do.
We're all nice guys over here.
Atlanta Faze is a bunch of nice guys. I will say we're a bunch of
Except
nice
for me.
Except
Except for
Thanos.
I don't smile and have fun.
Except,
Oh, yeah.
except in-game Austin. It's only in-game Austin.
guys. Yeah, like recently we got Thanos to smile, so like we're pretty happy about it.
We're working
so.
on it.
We're working on it though. Like you ever see him at an event, he's not smiling, just like stay away from him. He's a mean guy. He'll bite. Anyways, that's gonna do it for episode 4 of FugaZe with Faze. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next episode. Peace.